Today we're going to be talking about some Evo X interior modifications. I had a message from someone yesterday asking me about could I put a video up showing some interior mods, and here's some ones that I've done on my car. So here is the stock Evo X gear knob that comes on the SST. So whether it's an SST or it's a manual, no matter what the car is, they all have a similar sort of installation procedure. Even though this car has a lockout ring that's totally independent to the actual threaded part where you would put your normal gear knob on. So I'm not actually going to take off this insert that has come with my ARC gear knob, but I'm just going to describe what I did to actually remove the stock one and put the new one on. So it's fairly easy. So on the stock assembly there is no nylon insert here to adjust or cater for different sorts of cars. So on all the Lancers that you can buy, in particular CJs, they will come with a gear knob something like this from factory. And as you can see inside, there are no nylon inserts in there. It's just simply threaded right all the way through. And so to take it off, all you have to do is just turn it. It's just to sort of undo it, all right, as if you're undoing a tap. Undo it. It just comes straight up like that. And then you'll find here that you have a metal thread, but depending on what sort of gear knob you buy aftermarket, it may not be the right thread to go on. And so what they do is they sell these inserts that you put onto this shaft first, and then you thread down your new gear knob to fit. So often is the case, you might buy a gear knob. Most people will just hop on eBay and buy it, and when you buy the gear knob, it'll come with various widths of these inserts depending on the sort of car you have. So some cars have different widths, some cars even have different thread pitches. So the pitch is what we call I guess the distance of space between each thread. So you can have different pitches for gear knobs, you can have different pitches for lock nuts on a car, wheel nuts on a car, so on and so forth. So essentially all I had to do was just put this insert onto the car, and then I just got this which, as you can see, it's approximately that size. It actually is that size. And then the new one just threads on, as simple as that. You do not, or you should not put any sort of Loctite glue on the knob, otherwise you may find that it will never come off. But that is the gear knob procedure. On my car, I'm running the genuine Rally Art, I guess you could say, optional extras. I've got the aircon surround, and I've got the SST shifter base surround as well. When you buy this part, it comes with a cover for the cigarette lighter, or spare coin box, you might want to call it, that sits here, and it's just a rectangular piece, might even be square, but yeah, close to rectangular piece that from Rally Art comes with very thin double-sided tape that you just peel off and place it on. And that's the same thing that goes for any sort of Rec Speed or any aftermarket lay-on type carbon fiber appearance item, or it might even be a piece of plastic that just has a hydrographic sort of dip or layering on it, and on it goes. So I found this one, even from Rally Art, to be a little bit weak on a glue there. I often just stick that down, but it's no headache for me. But this one here fit really well and hasn't been an issue at all. Right here I've got the Rec Speed carbon fiber steering wheel overlay, so that one just pops straight on. Again, it's just got double-sided tape, and yeah, that one fits really good. I've had it on there for about a year, and I removed it recently just so I could put on that suede steering wheel wrap, which you might have seen a video of recently. The shift concepts, paddle shift extensions, they're pretty nice. On top of my car here, I've actually got a retrimmed black roof liner. So this is a MY09, so it's a December 08 model Evo X, which originally comes with quite a ugly cream color, and this probably costs about $200 or so to get done in Australia. Really nice feel to it, nice and soft, just like the final edition model. I've just painted these were also that creamy sort of color from factory. Same thing for the dome here. They just simply pop out with a flathead screwdriver. All of them pop out. There might be a wiring harness, I think, on this one that you detach. It's nothing hard at all. I bought these from Japan, so these are genuine JDM items. They're not final edition items. Final edition items have red stitching along the interior trims, and the final edition car also has red trimming throughout the car. But this is not a final edition, and I'm not pretending to make it one. So I wanted mine to be all black, hence why when I bought the steering wheel cover, I requested to have black thread as well. So the whole car is black. The only things that are red are the shift extension plus and minus, and the OEM locators, I guess you could call it, for the dials there as well. I've also installed this handbrake cover. So I had a question about how does that install and what did I do. So I've got my car parked in my driveway at the moment, so I'm not going to put the handbrake down and show how that's done. But it's very easy. All you have to do is just simply very firmly wiggle this to the left and right, and you get it to the point where the whole thing just pops straight off. When you do then get that off, you can place this carbon fiber piece straight over the shaft, and on this side right there is a grub screw. So grub screw is just a tiny Allen key screw that when you've got the new handbrake slid over and up against this surface here, then you can use an Allen key simply just to tighten the thread in so that it keeps it in place. That's the only thing that keeps it in place. It never moves off, but if it were to come loose, then the reason for that would be just because the grub screws come undone. Simply just retighten it again and you're on your way. So another thing I've done to the car as well is I've actually painted the plastics here on the A pillar, here on the B pillar, and also back there on the C pillar as well. Not a very hard thing to do either. Probably the most difficult thing to keep an eye out for was when I popped this off. There is a plastic tab here which looks kind of like a T-piece, and you've got to turn a T-piece so that you can slot it out through a tiny little locking mechanism that's here. Whenever you're removing any of these plastics, of course, because it's near the airbag, I would recommend disconnecting the negative on your battery, making sure your ignition's off, do your normal things, press the horn, turn your headlights on to make sure that there's no charge in your system before you play anywhere near airbag wires, sorry, because you don't want that thing tripping off for any reason whatsoever.